Hey everyone, Scott Holmberg here from Pacific Residential Mortgage, and I'm chatting with
Stacey Sebastian over at eXp Realty in Sunny and Bend.
And this is our weekly Monday update of Central Oregon and the Central Oregon real estate news. So I just want to say I hope everyone had a fantastic Father's Day. I know I did. I was fortunate enough to be able to spend a little bit of time on the golf course with Megan and Maddie and Megan's dad, Tom. So we played over at Eagle Crest on what's called the Challenge course.
Oh, nice.
It was a nice, fun time. The weather was great. There was a little bit of a breeze, which kept the temperatures down. So that was definitely a switch because we were originally planned to go camping. And those plans kind of got shot down Thursday when the spots that we thought were kind of held for us were not. So we had to make a little bit of a shift on the weekend, but everything turned out great.
You know, it's interesting that you say that about camping. We really want to go camping in Camp Sherman. And I guess last weekend was the last weekend, I think is how I understood it, that they were actually letting free camping happening. And now you have to actually make reservations. And it didn't look like you could reserve a particular spot. I could be wrong. So we want to camp by the river, and Matt was trying to figure it out, and he was like, oh, we have to make reservations now. So we noticed that change too.
Yeah, that's one of the things we found. We were actually going to go up to East Lake, and there is a campground there that does have some first come, first served stuff, but it was not available as of Thursday. So, which is frustrating because Tom went up a little bit earlier to try to get some of the spots, and they said he couldn't do what ended up happening to us. But, hey, that's all right. But yeah, we drove actually Thursday evening. Then when we came back, I grabbed Megan and Maddie, and we went up to the High Lakes, and pretty much almost all of the camp spots up there are all reserved. So
wow,
we've got to do pretty much it all online now, and it's like a year in advance. So it's a little bit tricky.
We noticed that too. We're like, how do people know a year in advance when they're going to go camping? I feel like
plan it,
right? I just feel like we were always doing it kind of last minute. Hey, let's go this weekend. It seems pretty chill. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we have to plan camping a year in advance. People do that?
Yep.
Whoa.
Apparently, yes.
Man.
This is one way. I mean, I can understand it. I know Father's Day, I always camped with my parents and when we were young and even when I got older. So that was kind of a tradition. We were either at Diamond Lake or North Twin, but for the last probably 15 years, it was Diamond Lake. And yeah, literally Dad was online January 5th when it opened up for Diamond Lake, and
gotcha.
10 a.m. It's like, here's our full year of camping already lined out.
Wow. And who got the memo that was all online? Because I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was that much all reserved. So, but yeah, when we came home that night, Thursday, Megan was jumping on it. She was actually on her phone. And when we got back into areas of cell service, she was like, yeah, this one you got to do online. This one you got to do online. So
Yeah. It looks like we're going to have to do the same thing. Otherwise, our camper is just going to sit in the garage all year. So
That's not good.
So, we actually, it's interesting. We were prepping our Airbnb to get ready because we finally opened it up this weekend, and it was a lot of prep. And so Matt was actually really tired, but we forced ourselves to go out anyways. And it was, it was a warm day. It was so perfect.
Yeah.
So let me just pull up where we went. We headed over here to, Benham Falls.
Yep.
And we had never been, but Matt kind of discovered it because he went to the lava lands and saw the sign for it. So he's like, oh, let's go check out Benham Falls. And so I'm just going to pull up a map here because we didn't really know that there was a trail from Sunriver that you can bike.
Yeah, all the way to Benham.
Super, you have lots of energy, you could walk. It might take you a long time, but there was lots of bikers, and you can take this little trail, and it goes all the way from Sunriver all the way up here to Benham Falls to the lava lands. So it was so beautiful. Here's just a picture. We are standing on the bridge, and it's pretty level, pretty flat, pretty easy hike, just really beautiful along the Deschutes River. The water was so crystal clear. It was so beautiful. You just wanted to jump in it the whole time. We finally did. There's a little boat launch too. And these people had gone down, I think downriver, or I don't even know. Actually, you know what? They went upriver, and I asked them how long they were gone, and they said 4 hours. So I was like, oh, wow. We're gonna have to rent a little fishing boat and go cruise up the river. That sounds like fun. And then
Nice.
we got to the end, and it was just absolutely beautiful. It wasn't too busy, and pretty unreal. This was the end result of the falls. You can't really tell in the picture, but here's Peanut hanging out. He was exhausted, as were we. So,
Great.
yeah, it was a lot of fun. So I wanted to kind of touch on, and I know that you said mortgage is just kind of staying the same, which is good news in my opinion, when things aren't really shifting too much.
Yeah.
But I wanted to just bring up stats really quick. So again, this is kind of a list of new listings that occurred over the last week. And you can see that some are already yellow and went pending. So there are still some flying off the market. I'm going to drop this link when we post this video. So if anybody wants to click on see the new listings that popped up this last week. But just to give a little bit of stats, last week, new listings 72. So our listing count is picking up. We were hovering around 50 to 60 each week, and now we're at 72. So there you go. And last year at this time it was 107. So we're creeping up. Closed,
Nice.
75 last year, 76. So we're kind of at par. And then pending last year, pending this last week, we're 103. So we're even up from last week. Oh, actually, you know what? Last week was like 113 or 18. So last year, this time was 62 pending. So we're already bypassing pendings from last year. So it just shows you that everybody's finally coming to town and they're ready to go after holding off. And then back on the market, we have 14. And then last year there were 10. Again, that could be for any reasons. Price changes, we've got 29, and last year we had 148, which seems crazy. But anyways, that could be for any reason as well.
Yeah.
So I will put that in the link below. I did mention when we were on our chat last week that we went to we did our first rock hounding adventure over in Prineville at White Fir Springs. I did go ahead and throw that video up if you guys want to check it out and see if it's a hike for you. It really wasn't much of a hike. It was more a drive to it and then get out and start digging. And it was super good day. If you click on the information section below, you will see details of our hike. And then I did go ahead and drop a link. If anybody's curious about homes in Prineville, you can find a link inside of this information section as well. I am going to add a video of Benham Falls. I should have that up hopefully later today. So if you guys want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, you can kind of keep up with all of our adventures. We try to go on one every single weekend. So
Perfect.
great. Yeah. And then
Awesome.
again, here's Scott's website if you guys want to go and apply. I can't say enough great things about Scott. He's just an honest, good person. So I just thought I'd say that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Let me just stop sharing here. You got anything else, Scott?
No, really. I mean, as far as the mortgage news, it's been pretty stable, which again is nice. Not so topsy-turvy as it was in the last few months. Seeing a little bit of non-QM, which is your bank statement loans, things like that, creep back into the marketplace. So that also then tells me that the liquidity is getting back into the mortgages. So that's all a positive thing, especially with how busy things are picking up. So
Yeah, I think it's great. And if you have an Airbnb, unlock those dates if you're comfortable, because we're getting tons of people begging for places to stay. And it's interesting, they don't want to stay in hotels. They feel safer in Airbnbs. So unlock your calendars if you're comfortable.
nice.
Yeah, and we got an ozone machine. So you guys check it out. It's an ozone machine. It's controversial, it's debatable, it's non-tested, but apparently it's supposed to kill bacteria and virus. We've decided to go ahead and use it versus nothing. So we put it in the room. We don't do back-to-backs anymore. So if you have an Airbnb, release it. People are desperate.
Yeah, we definitely saw a ton of activity. I mean, I was shocked at the amount of people that were up in the High Lakes and even East Lake, and that was Thursday. I took a drift boat up with Scott Barton, a buddy of mine, to Hosmer, and we were at Hosmer at 5:30 in the morning, and it was, by the time we took the boat out of the water at 1:30, it was a zoo. I was like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. So yeah, lots of people here.
Is that Father's Day, or is that what's going to start happening because of summer, right? It's like, it'll be interesting to see what happens next weekend.
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously that's Father's Day too. But yeah, there was a ton of people. So yeah, it was definitely very busy.
Yeah, cool. Well, thanks for chatting with me today, Scott. I'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week, and I'll give you we're laying sod in the backyard, so we'll give you the backyard update.
Okay.
All right. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.